gaze and rest inside a bit. We'll suspend our mind so that this awareness, our awareness, can experience its own self. Establishing ourselves in this awareness state, this field. And then we can practice extending this awareness. From within awareness, we extend awareness. And first we'll extend it throughout our body to become embodied, embodying this awareness. Extending all the way down into the earth, all the way up through our heart, palate to the mouth, behind the eyes, top of the head, to our fingers. Awareness awakens awareness. Even in our own self, can awaken the energy, the light. It's an action. It's an action. Then having become aware of our awareness, more or less, and embodying it more or less. It's always more or less. We can then extend to the immediacy of our situation, that we can be in this field. It's not simply within us, but so we'll extend to each other. Inside to inside directly. Extending to the room, the walls. Then we can continue this practice. We can extend to our ancestors, the mothers and the fathers of the mothers and the fathers. We'll extend. The light into the light. And then we can extend to all the great yogis we know and throughout our lives. Those people who embody awareness so completely that the invisible becomes visible. We'll do that now. And today we'll extend to Yangtze Rinpoche, one of the great masters, Nyingmapa tradition, who died 2 weeks ago. His most basic teaching, which he called absolute compassion, was this very practice. This practice of extending the energy, the space, the field of one's own awareness into the cosmos, into places, into people. He would describe this, extending this awareness from timeless awareness within us into a person's present moment. into the person's past. And into their future. But this moment, understanding will extend to him. Or as it's described in the Yeshe Lama, the inner yin meets the outer yin. The inner field enters the outer field. And we describe how this practice opens up the light in our own bodies, opens up the power of metabolization of experience in our own bodies. Influences the environment around us. And in generosity supports each other. This is basic practice. Lives a great deal of his life in Chinese prisons. And he would help many, many people die there. Leave into the light. And he died about when he was 94 years old. Traveled constantly. And then we'll extend into the different traditions, themselves fields of knowledge, information, and light that we participate in. Nowadays, with geography being so tiny and information so available, we can participate in many traditions. They mix in our bodies, become universal people. And the tribal boundaries dissolve. Then finally we'll extend into that dimension that's very mysterious, ineffable, archetypal. The vortexes, the energies that manifest everything and anything. The Dzogchen calls Sambhogakaya. The deities, devas, dakinis, energies. We'll invoke the Tromanagma this morning, the Dark Mother. Pure awareness. Gnosis. Gnosis. Direct perception. And then we'll rest in this awareness. Experiencing it manifesting in us. In the Dzogchen tradition, and actually many other traditions, they describe two ways of knowing. Knowing with mind and knowing with awareness. Semde. Different words. Our mind knows forms, knows things, both very, very subtle and gross. It knows faces, hands, buildings, trees, dogs, cats, math formulas. The mind knows subject, and the mind knows otherness. The mind knows dualities. The mind knows me, and the mind knows you. The mind knows us and them, this and that. Our mind knows time. Our mind knows the past, the present, and the sense of the future. The mind knows things and entities. The mind knows beings, infinite numbers of beings and things. Our mind knows difference. The mind can think conceptually, feel affectively, imagines through imagery. The mind has sense, and the mind has memory. The mind knows dualistically. Then there's this awareness. Awareness knows being directly. And awareness knows the beingness of beings directly. And being is not a being. Being itself is not a being, although being manifests beings. Being manifests beings and manifests being within beings as their very being. Being itself is not an entity, not a being. Being is non-duality, and being knows the non-duality of everything and anything, and everyone and anyone. Being is oneness and pervasiveness. Being is openness, and being manifests, itself manifests as radiant light. And being is compassionate, creative resonance. Being manifests duality, although being is completely non-dual. By becoming aware of awareness, we experience primordial awareness, which is the ground of beings, which is being. Awareness is being. Awareness is being, knowing its own self. Being knows being and the beingness of all the beings. Awareness can be timeless as well as manifesting beings in time as time. The mind knows time, and awareness knows timelessness in time and beyond time. Being knows timelessness in time, and being is timelessness manifesting time. Being becomes everything and anything. Being self-manifests as everything and anything, as anyone and everyone. Being is no thingness. Being, whose characteristic is openness. Openness. Vast openness. Self-manifesting as radiance. Light, creating everything and anything. Being is no thingness, and manifest everything and anything and everyone and anyone. Being is light. Being is space and light. Being is openness and light. And the light becomes energy, and the energy becomes matter, flesh, cars. The nature of matter is being. Being manifests itself in us, as our own awareness. Awareness is not a thing. Awareness is no thingness. You and I are subjective knowingness. Subjective knowingness, which is awareness, innermost awareness. Awareness is no thingness within the thingness of mind and body. Our awareness as knowingness is openness and radiance. Radiance illuminates and is the intimate resonance with everything and anything, everyone. This intimate resonance is the great compassion. Compassion is not simply wishing goodness for everyone. I wish you well. Good luck. Compassion is the direct resonance with the goodness of being in everyone and everything. Being is goodness. To experience the beingness of beings, including one's own being, is to experience the bliss of being, the bliss of existingness, Mahasukha, the great sweetness. Being appears and disappears as beings. Being appears and disappears as beings. But being is neither born or dies. Being is. Being manifests many, many, many dimensions. Being manifests life as, to use the Dzogchen language, Nirmanakaya, ordinary life, stuff. Being manifests the appearance and the disappearance of beings. Being manifests Sambhogakaya, the forms of light and the light of forms. Being always remains. Being always remains, since being is timelessness. Timeless manifests in time as time. Being manifest in time as beings. As their forms disappear, the beingness of the beings remain. As their forms disappear, the beingness of the beings remain. Being is unborn and undying. It is amazing and really useful to know that being itself is the source and manifests the eminent flow of all lived experience. Your experience ongoing, continuous, lived experience. Being is the invisible source, indivisible source. Being is the indivisible source of your ongoing, lived experience, and even at this very moment. Within all experience, being is self-manifesting, radiating, and glowing. So every experience is the openness of being. Every experience is the openness of being. Every experience is the manifestation of being itself. So through the duality of appearance of all the phenomena, we can experience the non-duality of being. Being is not a distinct phenomena from the stream of experience. Being shines through all experience, and the radiance of experience is the radiance of being. Non-dual awareness is experienced within duality as openness, as appearance, and as interrelatedness. Being is experienced through beings. Our own being is the doorway of being itself. Your own being is the doorway both for yourself and other beings. The indivisibility of being manifests both as the manifested phenomena and the knower of phenomena. The indivisibility of being manifests both as the manifested phenomena and as the knower of the phenomena, even right now, at this very moment. This being is manifest in you, as awareness, as pure awareness. Being is manifested as phenomena, as your embodiment, as the flesh, and as the room. All experience, all experience, all experience is the self-manifestation of primordial awareness. Being is the ground of all beings. Being is primordial awareness. And the self-manifestation is eminence. All experience is the self-manifestation of primordial non-duality as duality. Being manifesting being within beings. Being manifesting being within all the beings. Being is magical because it is beyond causality. Non-dual awareness and dualistic mind are completely intertwined. And so we can experientially bring our mind into this awareness continuum. We can experientially bring our mind into this experiential continuum. We begin to experience mind and awareness simultaneously. That really is the secret. Experiencing mind and awareness in simultaneousness. Psychology cannot be extracted from being. Subjectivity is primordial awareness manifesting within a being as being itself. Primordial awareness is being itself, manifesting as subjectivity within the being of beings. Subjectivity is the openness of being itself in everything and anything, in everyone and anyone. Being is openness. Being is potentiality, pure potentiality. Human beings, that's us, are the intertwining of being within a being, the intertwining of awareness and mind. When mind and awareness are in oneness, then the knower can know beingness of being through a being. The person can know duality within non-duality, and non-duality within duality. That's liberation, freedom. A human being is the intertwining of thingness and nothingness, the intertwining of openness and thingness. Tattvam Asita. Of course, everything is an opinion. Some say, some have the opinion, traditions, that God is a being, a big being. And some say, God is being. Meister Eckhart would describe it, the God beyond God. In the Dzogchen tradition, living within being as being is liberation. Whatever your situation, living within being as being is liberation. It's not easy to speak about being, because in speaking, we reify it. We bring being into thingness, becomes a thing, and then it disappears. Religions try and speak about being, part of their job. They try and translate it from one generation to the next. But it's very hard to institutionalize being. It cannot be objectified. remaining in awareness. Religions and religious people often like to think, really think, that you have to earn merit to experience the beingness of your own being. That's a very sad distraction to the givenness. Complete givenness. That is why the yogis of non-dualism, whatever tradition, the yogis of being, will suggest that you get beyond your mind. You get beyond right and wrong, good and evil, better and best. And stepping through that framing, you will experience the beingness of being in yourself and all beings, which is the great compassion. Remaining in awareness, not leaving awareness as you hear me babble along here. Merit will give you rewards. Merit gives you its own rewards. Merit does not give you the experience of the beingness of being. You don't earn it. A lot of human suffering arises out of preoccupation with merit. Preoccupation with merit creates an endless, obsessive, compulsive suffering, fixatedness, guilt. Does not give you the space, the light, the natural goodness of experiencing the beingness of your own being, which is being itself. Tattvamasит. I've been cultivating awareness now for quite some time. Let's again focus from within awareness. We'll focus within those we know and love. And we'll extend this light, this energy, this field. We're going to start to end up now. We can rub our hands together and place it on our hearts. We will not have Dakini Day tomorrow, and we'll not have Dakini Day next week, and we're not going to have meditation next week either, right? Will we have meditation the following Friday?
Yes.
And we'll have meditation the following Friday. Great. Thank you for coming today, and I hope you enjoyed our little chat. Maybe put the chant back on. It was done.